Euan Mackie, I want you to listen very carefully to every word that I am about to say. I put myself through hell in a ladder match, and you know what? Every sacrifice would have been worth it had I obtained the one prize that I need to justify the person that I've become, and that is the W3L Heavyweight Championship that was in my grasp before you climbed that ladder and misted me in the eyes with that vile venom that you carry in your mouth. You want to be reinstated? You don't have to sneak into the building when we go on the road this weekend for Wrestling Showdown. You are invited to turn up and discuss with me personally your reinstatement into the W3L. I would suggest you think very carefully as you pack your bag, as you throw in your little bit of green hair dye, as you put those quirky little clothes in your suitcase that make you so different. As you put your little Halloween mask in your bag, you think, do I really want to do this? Because the moment you turn up and we have that conversation about being reinstated, is the moment that you get all the attention you've ever wanted. But the problem is, you've got my attention. You have got my vengeance to deal with, Mackie. You made this personal. You call yourself a little monster? You have awoken the monster. And now, you either tuck your tail and run, or you turn up and deal with the consequences.
Hello everyone and welcome along to Championship Showdown here in the W3L network. We have got championship matches galore for you this week, and this will act as a good appetiser for our live events coming up at the end of this week. This Friday we're in Galashiels, this Saturday we're in Edinburgh. Get your tickets if you haven't already and join us live, because nothing beats seeing W3L in person. But to whet your appetite for those, we've got Championship Showdown for you. We're going to see the Contingency plan defend the tag team title against the new pairing of Liam Thomson and Dave Jeremi. We'll see Women's Champion Leah Owens put the title on the line against a former champion, Sara. And as I'm sure you heard last week, Maki and Muso has invited the very good Mr. Euan Mackie onto Showdown to air his grievances. I'm told Mackie is around somewhere and we may well be hearing from him later on. So let me hand you over to Joe Fordyce as we get set for some big championship matches here this week on the Championship Showdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce with you here on Championship Showdown. with the first of 2 title matches that we have for you. Those men there, the contingency plan, Dickie Divers and Taylor Bryden, get set to take on Liam Thomson and Dave Jeremi, a new team here in W3L challenging for the tag titles. And part of that is because, if you've seen Remedy, of course, you'll know that the contingency plan retained the titles in controversial fashion against Jason Reed and Kevin Williams, and they've pretty much claimed that Reed and Williams don't deserve a rematch of any kind. They've had their shot at the belts, they've lost it, so they're not going to face them. As a consequence, W3L management were more than happy to grant Thomson and Jeremi this tag team championship match. And this is Thomson's second go round for the tag belts in not that long a time frame, because I'm sure if you were watching at the start of the year, you'll know the fallout from the last time he challenged for the tag team titles. So actually December of last year, he and Aspen Faith challenged then champions the Noble Lions, and I'm sure you know how that one panned out. See, and Taylor Bryden lock horns, and Bryden just backs him straight in the corner. And Bryden with a kind of disrespectful slap to the shoulder there, to say, I've got the better of you, I'm the champion here, I'm the one in charge. But you can never underestimate Liam Thomson. Easily one of the finest wrestlers Scotland's ever produced. I'm sure it's been said he's the best wrestler never to have won the W3L Heavyweight Championship. But he may become a tag team champion in a few minutes' time, as he rolls through the wrist lock. And Liam Thomson so fast. And look at this, immediately goes for a cover. Don't get paid by the hour. And the whole name of the game is to get those belts to win the match. And that's exactly what he and Dave Jeremi are going to do. It'll be interesting to see what kind of fluidity they have as a team. I assume they've done some training together, they've worked out together. So we'll see how the two of them cooperate as a unit during this match. Because Bryden and Divers no strangers to each other. As Thomson with a nice arm drag faked out Bryden. And interestingly, despite the fact that both Bryden and Divers are pretty much omnipresent on Wrestling Showdown, this specific combination of the contingency plan, we've not seen them in action Hero Showdown since April of last year. That's like nudging 12 whole months. And it's interesting that they're always around. Of course, we saw Divers just a few weeks ago sticking his nose in where it wasn't wanted, as it pertains to teaming up with the Blondie Barrett, of course. And again, I'm sure you saw the fallout from that. We'll be hearing about that in due course, I have no doubt. Taylor Bryden was here in January facing Tom Fulton, and indeed both men were in action, of course, at Remedy, as I mentioned earlier on. And Bryden again backing Liam Thomson straight in the corner. It's the easiest way to get the wrist lock. Referee needs to make the 5 count, needs to make Thomson break. And Bryden with that clothesline. I hope referees check those arm pads. There could be anything in there. And again, Liam Thomson straight to the arm. He's got his plan, he's got his focus. He's not going to deviate unless he has to. And he's firmly controlling this match, I have to say. If you're judging it by points, I'd give this to Liam Thomson so far. But Bryden, you see, takes the cheap shot. Anything to swing the match back in his favour. If you want to talk about cheap shots, hope it on a Showdown back in January, when he cashed in the golden ticket on Reed and Williams, who'd been laid out or unconscious after being attacked by the Noble Lions, and he came in, casually cashed the golden ticket and stole the tag team title. So Bryden, no strange to underhanded tactics. This crowd rallying behind Liam Thomson. He's last here in January as well, facing Aspen Faith, a street fight match. I'm sure you've all watched that, it's up on Showdown, so go and check the archives if you haven't. It was a tremendous contest. Hopefully his current choice of tag partner works out better for him. And Thomson just waited, got Bryden where he wanted him, rammed him with that elbow, and we get the first tag in the match, and in come Big Dave Jeremi, the man with the least experience in this match, the least tenure in W3L, but with a heart of a lion, he really has. And you see they've obviously been planning, because that's rapid tags. That's usually the traditional key to a tag team victory. Tagging quickly in and out, keep the fresher man in. And another tag. Last time Jeremy was on Showdown was back in July of 2016, facing tenacious Johnny Lyons. And of course at Remedy, he answered the Royal Open Challenge, answering Prince Assad and defeating him in the process. So Jeremy's had victories under his belt here in W3L, and he would love to get his hands on the Tag Team Championship. Remember in May last year how close he came to defeating Joey Ledge to become the heavyweight champion. A really spirited contest it was, but Legend resorted to cheating to keep the belt. And Bryden just gets bounced off the shoulders of Dave Jeremi, who drops a leg and nets himself a 2 count in the process. Jeremy, the heaviest man here, 255 pounds, a solidly built man. He's actually been dropping a lot of weight, I think I've said before, but he's been gaining muscle in the process. And so he's very explosive, he's very quick, he plays flag football, so he can get up to a high velocity from a standing start very fast. You see the contingency plan, they're having to resort to cheating. Divers finally getting involved. We're only like 8 minutes into the match or something, and the referee being distracted by Taylor Bryden and Jeremy, that inexperience that he has, and his temper getting the better of him here. Of course the referee has to keep him out, and that allows Liam Thomson to get assaulted on the floor by Dickie Divers. And this is where the contingency plan are at their most dangerous, when they have you trapped in a corner, when they have you worn down, weakened, and they can use their tactics. But interestingly, they haven't actually tagged yet. This has been all Taylor Bryden. As I say that, they finally make the tag, and that's probably to Liam Thompson's chagrin, I have to say. And Divers held Liam Thompson up for quite a bit there with that delayed vertical suplex. The resulting fall only gets him a 2. Thompson's a hard man to put away, he really is. As I said, one of the best that W3L has. He's not around as much as he or indeed we would like, but he oh hang on, inside cradle, look at this, just for a 2. But he always goes 100% when he's here. And Divers, you see, smartly takes down Dave Jeremi and then goes after Thomson. This is meant that the referee has to hold the irate Big Dave Jeremi back, and Liam Thomson being double teamed in the corner, stomped by both members of the contingency plan. And it's an interesting scenario if you follow Showdown. You've seen Dickie Divers in action. Of course, he interfered in the end of the Blondie Barrett versus Nathan Reynolds heavyweight title match, as he crashes down on Liam Thomson with that rolling senton. And again, Jeremy, his temper getting the better of him. He really needs to try and control this, because it's not helping his tag partner in any way, shape or form. Every time the referee turns his back to keep Jeremy out, Liam Thompson suffers more. But yeah, Divers interfered against Reynolds for whatever reason, and he and Barrett, of course, teamed up a couple of weeks back to take on Musso and Reynolds, and yeah, you saw how that one went. Divers didn't take the loss well. And Bryden again, just go, hang on, Liam Thompson with a body slam, but he collapses under the exertion. This is how much he worn down, and Divers pulls him right back into their corner. This is one of the reasons why the contingency plan have been such great tag champions. You can't condone their tactics, the methods that they use, the way they go about things, but they have been successful. It's worked for them. And they're very good at getting someone down, getting them in the corner, keeping them their half of the ring, and bending the rules as far as they can, even breaking if they have to. But they are such a fluid tandem. Divers that front face lock, just trying to cut off Thomson's momentum, because Liam, if he wants to stand up, he's got to try and lift Diver's body weight as well. It's making it all the harder, and you have to exert more energy, expend more air from your lungs. Of course, Thomson's cardiovascular capability is second to none. This guy can go all night, and he's reaching out. I don't know if he's trying to get hold of the ropes, he's trying to feed off the audience, and Bryden just charges in. And here comes Jeremi again. He is getting really irritated. I could only imagine what's going to happen when he finally takes a tag and explodes across the contingency plan. But again, it's not helping his teammate any. I get the frustration, I understand why he's annoyed. But this is maybe where Jeremi's inexperience and his lack of teaming with Liam Thomson in advance is perhaps hurting him slightly. Tag is made again. The contingency plan with that flow that I mentioned moments ago. And once again goes to front face lock. And this not only wrenches at the neck of Liam Thomson, but of course it cuts off some of the oxygen supply. If you can get your hand in that carotid artery, slow the blood flow to the brain, perhaps constrict the windpipe to a degree, although that would technically be a choke. It means that you can't get enough air in your lungs, Liam Thomson can't. So of course he potentially could pass out, or it certainly makes it hard for him to move because he can't breathe particularly well, so it slows him right down. But he is continuing to fight as Liam Thomson. And he absorbed a couple of those forearms and retaliates with some of his own. Divers grabbed the waist. Oh, and Thomson backflips out the back suplex attempt and ducks through his legs and makes the tag. And here comes Big Dave Jeremi, who just runs right through Dickie Divers and launches him with that hip toss. Here comes Bryden. And Jeremi with a drop kick. And that's 250 plus pounds behind that one. And a closer in the corner. Dave Jeremi. All that pent up frustration being unleashed on the contingency plan. He stacks them both up. Oh, Divers fell right out of the ring. Bryden's on wobbly leg street. Jeremi. Oh, I think he's going for the ACE. Bryden with a couple of shots, and Jeremi went right down. He may have caught right at the end of the nose there. But the referee saying he's not the legal man, which he isn't. That is superb officiating there. Keeping an eye on the match. Divers is still legal. A big knee lift right in the chin. And it's true, Divers fell out the ring, but there was no tag made. But there is now. I mean, the rules are there for a reason, people. And Brian, he's unhooking the turnbuckle pad, exposing the thick metal hook. He's going to ram Jeremi into this. And he's hooked him. Could be going for the walls of Jeremi. And he is. He's got him locked in the walls of Jeremi. The referee turning his back to fix that turnbuckle pad, but Diver smashes Jeremi with the tag title belt. And Jeremi, I think he's out cold. Bryden falls onto him. Diver's telling the referee, turn round. And he makes the 3 count. The contingency plan yet again steal a victory. So rightly or wrongly, they are still your tag team champions.
And is for the W3L Championship. Introducing first of all your challenger. She is from the 5. This is Sara. And introducing her opponent from Belfast, Northern Ireland. She is your W3L Women's Champion, Leah.
So here we go with our second match here on Championship Showdown this week. We've already seen the contingency plan retain the tag title in, shall I say, controversial circumstances. But here we have a match for the Women's Championship. And a lot of history between these two. Sara in the foreground, Leah Owens at the back of the ring. Both women are very popular with the fans, and I'm expecting that the fans are going to be kind of split in their support here. There's a lot of respect between both ladies, a bit of animosity as well, you might say. As I'm sure you know, the history, of course, Sara was women's champion. She got the belt back at Resolution 10, defeating Leah Owens, who'd only held the belt for 24 hours at that point. Leah Owens got her rematch at Remedy back in February, which is obviously up on the W3L network if you've not watched it as yet, and you really should. And Leah Owens regained the title, but the referee was knocked into Sara before the end of the match. Now, people have speculated Leah Owens did this on purpose, others have said it was just purely accidental. Nobody seems to know. Leah Owens is claiming innocence in this. You can watch the footage and judge for yourself. Regardless, she is still champion, and Sara's getting her rematch after losing the title, and she hits Leah Owens with that closing, a second one. Both women have held the title 3 times, so Sara would love to be the first ever 4-time women's champion. And she may well do it this week on Championship Showdown. Arm drag there by Leah Owens. She was on Showdown just 3 weeks ago, retaining the title over Bête Noire, while Sara was last on back in January, defending the women's title against Debbie Sharp. And she gets launched across some of that monkey flip. Because as we've seen, since having to wear that mask, Leah Owens has had a slightly more kind of rougher outlook to her, if you like. She's been much more aggressive. She picks Sara up by the hair. We go for a vertical suplex. And snaps it. Just drives her at the canvas with some force there. Fans want a sleeper hold. It's not actually a bad tactic to use to wear Sara down, it has to be said. Much like we saw Divers did with Liam Thomson the previous match. If you can cut somebody's oxygen off and slow them right down. And again, both women have wrestled each other umpteen times, both in W3L and elsewhere. So they know each other really well. They arguably have the measure of each other as Owens goes up for the cover. And sometimes it takes a mistake or pulling something different out of the hat to be able to kind of get that victory. Again, this crowd quite split between the two women. Sara gets put on the ring apron. And floats over that sunset flip, which nets her a 2 count. And again, it's just that one extra thing that you can do to surprise your opponent that may determine the victory here. And Sara's got a hold of Leah Owens and just drops her out the corner. That can't have been a pleasant landing. Still just a 2 count, however. But we know that Leah Owens can take a fair bit of punishment. If you saw her the night before Edinburgh, of course, we're in Berwick upon Tweed. She was in that no holds barred match with Casey Owens, and what a match that was, ladies and gentlemen. So she can take a heck of a beating and keep going. And Sara returned the favour from earlier on with that suplex. Referee Callum Lyons in for the 2 count. And at some point I think frustration is going to set in when you keep getting multiple pinfall attempts and you can only keep getting a 2 each time. Oh, a spinning kick by Leah Owens. And clothesline Sara down. And the thing you notice here as she goes to the cover, both women going for pinfall attempts at every opportunity. This title means so much to both of them. Leah Owens was, she's not said this publicly, but I think she was kind of embarrassed about the fact her second reign lasted 24 hours. She took it as a professional slight on her, as a personal attack on her, if you like. And she wants to erase the memory of that by having a long 3rd reign. Of course, Sara wants the belt back. She wants to be the first 4-time champion, the matriarch of W3L, matriarch of Scottish women's wrestling, quite frankly. Just a 2 count. So this belt means so much to both women, and indeed every female that competes for the title, like Beth Noir, like Debbie Sharp, like all the others that come after it. So you can understand why the stakes are so high and why you're going to go for a pinfall attempt at every single opportunity. Sara reverses the Irish whip and runs right into the boot and catches Leah Owens. Seen her do this before. She launches her overhead. I don't know if you spotted this or not, but in part of Sara's outfit has become untied. Her singlet straps are like hanging off. It doesn't appear to have affected her in the match so far. I mean, it's not going to fall off. Relax, people. But I don't know if it's going to cause a distraction to her or not. She's managed to ignore it so far. Leah Owens could use it to her advantage, I suppose, but Sara's managing to just kind of get over it, and it's not letting it affect her match. She crashes into Leah Owens with that forearm, who comes charging out, but Sara catches her with a Northern Light suplex. This could be it here, but a foot on the ropes. That was beautiful ring positioning by Leah Owens. Knew exactly where she was, because Sara's quite tall as well, so I mean, she probably flipped Leah Owens overhead slightly further across the ring than she intended to. Catch her with the crucifix. Oh, that was perilously close. Perilously close. That could have been it under other circumstances. And a neck breaker. And she snapped that one. And again, it's not a move I think I've seen Sara use all that often. It's like I said before, but bringing out those different holds, different moves, different tactics. That's something different that you would not normally use against an opponent that knows you so well. And Owens gets a face full of Sara's boot. She's got her hook for the total stunner, and that's exactly what it is. But Sara's slow to follow up. She's hit with a total stunner. And Leah Owens kicking out. The total stunner has defeated countless women, but not Leah Owens, it seems, who digs deep in her reserves of energy and finds enough in the tag to get a shoulder off the canvas. And there's a look of slight frustration on Sara's face. Owens ducks the high kick. And a DDT. Sara dropped right on her head. And she kicks out. And mask or not, you can see the frustration on Leah Owens' face. She hit Sara with a lovely DDT that would have put most people away. But Sara got out of it. It really shows just what this match means to both people. And she climbs the ropes. What's she going to go for? Superplex, perhaps? I think she's trying to, but Sara's fighting off. Sara's going for the total stunner again, but Leah Owens held on. Hang on, and rolls her up and gets it. Leah Owens takes the pinfall.
W3L Women's Champion, Leah Owens.
So a spirited challenge by Sara, but a successful defence of the Women's Championship by Leah Owens. In lieu of a heavyweight title match, we bring you the very good Mr. Euan Mackie as the last part of Championship Showdown. I'm sure if you follow W3L, you know the situation. He has been suspended for a number of months due to his conduct at an event. I'm not going to go into it here, but you should know, of course, that he has been really unhappy. He's blamed Maki and Muso. They end up squaring off on national television on Judge Rinder about the situation. Of course, Mackie stuck his beak in to the main event of Remedy. Musso was primed to win the heavyweight title in that ladder match, but Mackie cost him the title, and he now has a microphone, so I'll hand you over to him.
I admire the efforts of the disgustingly ugly gentleman down in this section of the seating, who, despite the fact I've now been armed with a microphone, continues to still speak. They can hear my voice over yours. I'm not long and I'm not going to waste my time heckling with you. Instead, I'd like to tell you all a wonderful story of when I took W3L, this shoddy company, to court about suspending me for doing what I do best. I'd like to see you try. I might go out there and just pick your head in myself. That'll be a long way. No, this is a better story. It's not a story about me beating this gentleman up. I'll do that later if I have the time. No. I'm going to tell you exactly why W3L is to be taken to court. Wrestlers always cross the line. There are plenty of scary, nasty, horrible wrestlers. I know one of them. However, they're always let off. They're always given the pardon. But not me. Oh, not me. Because it's easy to blame someone you think is insignificant. And what W3L won't tell you is that when I was training as a wrestler with this company, I promoted, I trained, I put in a lot of effort for this place, and I got nothing back. So when they thought I stood out of line, instead of forgiving me, it was easier to get rid of me, because that is all the professional wrestling world wants, is to get rid of the very good Mr. Euan Mackie. And why is that? Because I am unique, I am fabulous. Mackie's showing my point now. And Musso decided to come out because he's that egotistical. He's already had one appearance tonight. He thinks he deserves another. Best not like him to up double duty, so don't worry about it. Oh, nobody will be expecting a double wage, though. And before you expect two, he thinks he'll get it as well. I suggest you shut your mouth and open your ears for a few minutes. My ears are open, that's your mission. Do you know what? Some people might choose to invest their time in looking for the best Halloween costume to wear, or thinking of the silliest haircut to have, and then feeling hard done by, because they choose to be different, and they choose to use that as an excuse for the failings. Other people choose to put every ounce of energy they have and be the best wrestler they can be to put on a show for these people in these seats. These people don't deserve a show. And these days, their stinking children are supposed to be protected in a bubble. When I was this goblin, you like to call yourself a goblin, right? My merchandise, which is at the store, which W3L kindly let me put out, depicts me as the goblin of the skies, and you best believe that I am. This goblin was suspended. You talk about how you're a W3L original and you came from here and all this stuff. The reason you were suspended is your actions that led to us being dragged out of national television were not only an embarrassment to our fans, but an embarrassment to everybody behind that curtain that has put their blood, sweat and tears into making W3L what it is today. Guys like Nathan Reynolds, who isn't here tonight because he's in hospital after destroying his body last week defending the W3L Championship in a ladder match. Oh, with that being a ladder match, where, Mike, you happen to not win the W3L Heavyweight Championship, and I wonder what happened there. Could it be a 5'2" green-haired wee goblin happened to come up the other side of the ladder and spray his vile effluence in your face? You fell off the ladder, did your ankle in at the same time, and watched as Nathan Reynolds regained the W3L Heavyweight Championship, and you looked a right after it as well, lying in the ladder. I'm glad you remember that, Euan, because that moment when you interfered in that ladder match is the moment this was no longer just business for me. That is the moment that this became personal. So I can understand the business reason why we don't want you anywhere near any of our paying customers. But personally, I know that the only way I can get my hands on you is if you are reinstated as a wrestler. That's what you want, right? You want the attention. You want the spotlight. Well, I think it's what W3L needs, because let's be honest, without me, the shows were planned. The shows had no intention. Shut up! I'm going to get to the point right now, Mackie. Be careful what you wish for, because you just got it. I've been in meetings all day, begging the management team to reinstate you. As of this moment, you are now reinstated. You can wrestle again. Here we go! In fact, you can wrestle right now. No, I don't think so. You already wrestled tonight. And there's no one in this building brave enough to have problems with me. Can I get a referee down here? No, we don't need a referee. Get me a referee! It's signed, it's been authorized, me and you, Mackie, right now. You want the spotlight? You're about to burn in that spotlight. Right, this is all. It's been signed, it's off. Just ring the bell. I don't care. Get it past everything. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. We're on. Okay?
Well, it looks like we've got an impromptu match. Mackie has apparently been reinstated, and that means that Musso can finally get his hands on him. You heard comments from both men. It's all fairly true and accurate. I mean, it's certainly a remedy. Mackie did blow that effluence in Musso's face. There is a lot of animosity, some bad blood, hatred between the pair of them. So this is only Musso can properly get his hands on Mackie. But yeah, this is a impromptu way to end Championship Showdown. Mackie throttling Mike Musso with the part of his clothing here. And I assume this is going to be fought under normal rules, but I mean, it's impromptu, so I guess it's up to the referee's discretion what happens. I mean, Mackie's not wrestled since July of last year here on Showdown. I mean, he's appeared a couple of times. He said he appeared at Remedy, and oh, Musso drops on the floor. He crashed heavily there, missed the apron. Although I'm sure Musso's not going to care about that. And Mackie's made his presence felt. Of course, at Resolution 10 he appeared. If you saw Sara versus Debbie Sharp on Showdown back in January, he interfered in that match as well. So he's been petitioning around W3L to get reinstated, and again it sounds like he has. Moose just having to clear his eyes out. Mackie having sprayed more effluence in his face. And has Mackie got something? What is that? Oh! Right in the face. It's the head of Francois Martin. We've seen him bring this before. It's a disembodied head in a metal cage. It's really, really heavy. And Mackie is using it as a weapon. The referee doesn't really know what to do because this isn't a proper match. It wasn't signed in advance, it wasn't sanctioned. So I guess he can't call a disqualification, can he? And Mackie just using Francois Martin at his liberty here, just to wear down the much bigger Mike Musso. And a kick right to the face. Nobody moves as fast as Euan Mackie. Nobody's as cerebral as he is. And I'm guessing the object is to score a pin. It's all up in the air, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really have any notes or anything planned for these two, because again it's come as a bit of a shock. We knew Mackie had been invited here to speak about his issues, and obviously he answered that as he lands a lovely leg drop off the top rope. And it looks like he's going to try and get a pinfall over Musso. So yeah, Mackie came and spoke. Obviously Musso came out and interrupted him. So yeah, the reinstatement has happened. They've got this impromptu match. As Mackie came right at the foot. Musso got his boot up and caught him. Musso just drops him down. He fought with a big splash, and he does just that. But neglects to try a pin. I get the feeling there's so much frustration between both men that perhaps Musso wants to hurt Mackie. He's obviously spent a lot of time not being able to do anything to him because, I mean, technically outside the ring that'd be assault. So he's finally got reinstated. He can finally get his hands on him. I know Musso wasn't a particular big fan of him appear on Judge Rinder on national television. I know that he was annoyed that he was the one held up in the spotlight having to deal with this, but he did anyway. And a huge knee lift, and Mackie's trapped in those ropes. And Musso with a barrage of knee lifts, and Mackie hung out to dry. And he can't even fall over because that middle rope's holding him in place. We're seeing a slightly more vicious side of Mike Musso, I have to say. He's obviously quite angry and upset at what's been going on. And he can take it out on Mackie now. Has Mackie perhaps awoken the sleeping giant? I mean, interfering in Remedy, taking that title from Musso was one thing, but confronting him face to face here, attacking him with the head of Francois Martin. This crowd wants one more elbow drop off the top. This is a big man to be dropping the elbow as well. That's a second one. Remember, Musso's a good £235, crashing down upon Mackie's £160 frame. That's a third one. Let's go for a fourth. Now Musso normally does one in a match, and that's usually enough. And another. Is surely not another one. I think that's exactly what it is. Mackie's barely moved. Musso's dropped these elbows with impunity on him. And Musso's basically using Mackie as target practice, and again he may have cracked a rib. Mackie potentially has some internal injuries, maybe coughing up more than effluence. And Musso hooks him onto his shoulders for the blunt force trauma. And who's that? That's Tim Wiley. That's Tim Wiley. As he drops Musso a neckbreaker. What the hell's Tim Wiley doing here? He's not been in W3L since I think it was like the start of January last year. He last appeared in the Showdown. And he's checking on Mackie. What's going on here? Where the hell did Tim Wiley come from? And why is he helping Mackie out against Musso? He's got him hooked. And another neck breaker. Tim Wiley, one of the strongest men W3L's ever seen. This man is pure muscle and with clearly a sadistic streak. What's the alliance between him and Mackie? Have they formed a unit of some kind? I didn't even know Wiley was here. Is he just taking the opportunity to attack Musso when his back was turned? What the hell's going on? And that's 3 neck breakers. Musso's going to suffer whiplash. Hang on, here comes a bunch of people from the back. It's Leah, Owens, Martin Kirby and Jason Reed chasing away Mackie and Wiley. Musso's neck might be in some real state. He's taking 3 neck breakers and he's clutching at his head. What the hell's going on here? Mackie and Wiley? What a turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a crazy edition of Championship Showdown. It really has.
What a turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. Euan Mackie comes out to say his piece. Mike Musso comes out. They have an impromptu match. Tim Wiley appears. I haven't seen him here for what, like a year or more? Is he allied with Mackie now? Who knows? We'll find out in the not too distant future. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and you'll find out as and when we do. I told you that we have live events this coming weekend. Gala Shields is Friday, Edinburgh this Saturday, so come along, you will not regret it. But if they are maybe a bit too far away for you, or if you just can't get enough live W3L action, grab a pen and paper or use the notepad on your phone, whatever's more contemporary, because we've got more live events coming your way. You ready for these? Good. On Saturday, May the 13th, we're going to be in both Stockton and Harrogate for 2 separate shows. Sunday, May 14th, that's the day after, of course, Caesar's return to Kinghorn to Petticoat Bay Holiday Park. Thursday, May 18th, Caesar's make our debut up in Oban, so the weather's good. Then the following day, we go down to Bedlington, and then on Saturday, May 20th, we'll be in both Hexham and Catterick. Again, that's 2 shows in the one day. Thursday, May 25th, Caesar's head to Jedburgh, and then Friday, May the 26th, we will return to Musselburgh. Bit earlier in the year than normal, but it'll be easily worth your attendance. For tickets to all of these events, not that I expect to go to all of them, but you really should, go to our website. Go to W3LWrestling.com. If you use the word Showdown as a coupon code, you can have 20% off all your tickets. Get them there. Poke around our website while you're at it. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to this very channel, and you'll never miss an edition of Wrestling Showdown. Use the hashtag that is currently hovering somewhere over my head, and make sure you are back with us in 7 days' time, because I have a feeling we'll be hearing more about the fallout from the events involving Euan Mackie and Mike Musso. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you then.